I got to shout out my son on that one because he got up and he didn't know any of it, but he wanted to be part of it. And he just watched what everybody else is doing. He was like, they doing it, I'm going to do it. I think that's the thing that makes it so big, because even you see Malachi up here, he started dancing, and he see everybody throw up the one. He was like, well, I got it too then. And he started hopping around. I was like, well, shoot, he got better than me. I'm going to bring you a life talk today. For your life talk, this week has been a very, very interesting week. And it's kind of funny because it was one of these things that became an affirmation, and listening to my wife talk about some of the stuff that was going on in her life, she had people that were asking her for advice. Oftentimes, not just in the ministry portion, but in life as a friend, at work, people come to me with their problems, their issues. Sometimes they just want me to listen. Sometimes they want advice. And generally, I have gone by 3 simple rules, which I live my life by, when it comes to dealing with other humans. So I don't know if, Sky, you got that? I live my life by 3 simple rules. I give a shout out to my daughter too, because she's new with the audiovisual team, and her and Mr. Derek have been doing a marvelous job getting things together because, as we just found out, the guy who was on our audiovisual team is holding his baby. So it's good that we started working this stuff in a little bit in advance. But dedication to my wife and the Browns, they came in here early. We were in here like 7:30, trying to make sure that everything was up and running. So again, 3 simple rules I try to live myself when I deal with humans. 1, love needs action. I've always said that love is an action word. It's a verb. A lot of times we talk about nouns being person, place, or thing. And love, yes, it is a thing. But in order for love to work, it needs action to go along with it. Trust needs proof. There's a reality that a lot of us put trust in things that we do not really truly believe in. So trust needs proof. A lot of times when we're talking about things and what it is that we want to trust, you kind of need to be able to believe in what it is you're trusting. And sorry needs change. You guys sit here, we all sit here and we deal with people who we accept their apologies. But with their apologies, there's no change. So it becomes an empty promise. However, when we're talking about God, we can go into James 1:6. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. Understand that a wave of the sea that's blown and tossed by the wind is what? Unsteady. So if you are a person who has doubt in your life, if you are a person who doesn't truly believe in what it is that you want, you are a person who doesn't truly believe in what it is that God has given you, your life is going to be unsteady. And with that being said, although I needed those 3 rules to deal with humans, I need none of those to deal with God. You guys have to understand that when we are dealing with God, we're not dealing with a world that causes any type of hesitation or anxiety. When we deal with people, it's hard to trust. When we deal with man, it's hard to believe. When we deal with those people who are around us, they're not always going to really mean what they say. So doubt is the opposite of faith. A lot of times we sit here and we want things to happen. We pray to God for things to happen, but we don't know whether it'll happen. God has told you, you must believe with faith. If you cannot believe with faith, then you're going to be filled with doubt. Doubt is the opposite of faith. Which leads me to the closing slide. Ambition without action becomes anxiety. So many of us want certain things to happen. So many of us have so many desires on how we want life to be. But we're not putting any of the action that is required in order for these things to be fulfilled. You can pray for more money, but if you ain't getting up to get a job, if you ain't at least bought the lotto ticket, you ain't getting no more money. There's a reality that we have to put action to our words. Action to our words. So if you're loving, you need to love fully. If you are trusting, you need to trust wholly. If you want to be trusted, you need to give a person a reason to trust. And you definitely don't need to say sorry unless you mean it. Because when you say sorry, you need to make sure that you are making the change in your life to change what's going on so that you never have to worry about saying sorry again. Again, go back to the James 1, Sky. Back to James 1. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt. Those prayers that you're asking for, the things that you want to happen, you have to believe that they can happen. We all know about the faith of a mustard seed. But you need to believe that what you want to happen will happen. Don't get discouraged when it doesn't happen in your time. I always do the thing, you know you got kids, they want you to do something just like that. And I say I get to it when I get to it. And then they still asking you, standing there looking at you. We had it this morning. One of them came over, asked to use a phone, and they said, well, not right now. And they said, well, when you finish? Not right now. And I finally jumped in, why are you still standing here? Why are you still standing here? And the reality is that we are, hey, Miss Lard. Miss Lard came in today. She said, yep, everybody in your church is so nice. That's because everybody in my church family, like everybody. So I talked to their kids. They talked to my kids. All of us. This ain't one of them churches where you got to worry about correcting the child, because we all can correct our own children. We all can correct everybody's children. We're going to get on it. And my dad used to drop me off at someone's house and say, look, when he get in here, treat him like your own. If he act up, go ahead and give him a whooping. Give me a call, and I'm going to get him another one when you get home. So understand, we are a family in here where we actually correct, and our kids, most of the time, we ain't got to worry about their sorries, because most of our kids, good kids, most of them come back to it. They take that correction, and most of them apologize before they even know it's their fault. So as long as we put ourselves in the situation, continue to surround ourselves with these things, and all of us live by the words that God has given us, we should all be okay. That's your Life Talk for today.